Rust off.
Rust off this thing. Get started.
Mm-hmm.
Do the whole pod sound like you.
Yeah, and I'll do an Indian accent.
Yeah.
It'll just me going, thank you, come again, over and over again while you're actually saying stuff.
Hell yeah. Brent Reed, welcome to Bits That Bomb, dude.
Hey, Toots.
So excited you're here, dude.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited. This is a fancy studio.
Thanks, man. That's really nice. I'm very excited you're here. You're one of my favorite comics to watch. You're very silly. You're very sweet. You're a nice guy. We have fun, man. Why?
Go fuck yourself, man. I don't know. You said I was sweet. I just wanted to.
I know you don't mean that.
No, thank you so much, man. You're one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I get happy when I see you out. Austin's cool. It's like comedian summer camp.
Yeah, it's just like you're out with all your friends.
Yeah, I feel like soon it's gonna be over and our dads are gonna come get us.
Yeah. We just got to go home and tell jokes at the dinner table.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's good to see you.
Yeah, man. This pod, we just talk about bits we have that we love, but they just each
Bomb. So all of my material.
You're funny, man.
Thank you.
But it's just super easy, super cash. You have a pod of your own.
Yeah. It's I got 10 episodes out. It's calling it season 1. It's called Spooky Fun Time. Comedians face their fears. So I talk to comics about what they're scared of.
Yeah.
I've had some good guests on there. Brian Simpson.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you share your fears every episode?
Yes, I often. Yeah, I'm.
Do you have like a different fear you bring up every episode?
No, kind of. It is a lot of like bringing up the same shit. Are you doing different bits that bomb every time?
It's so hard.
It's hard
because I think after like 4 episodes, you're like, man,
Yeah, I bring up the same scary because I always start off like asking like what their relationship with horror movies is, and I'm like a big horror movie guy, and I always talk about the same ones. But the ones that scare me are like parasites, like the ones that get in you.
Okay,
like a slither or like an alien, anything that's gonna impregnate me and then bust out of my chest. It scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah,
and also dying alone.
Yeah.
I'm always scared. One that I always bring up is like I'm scared that I'm insane.
Ooh, I've had that.
And that everyone, I don't know, like what if you're not even real and you're just like my Tyler Durden, you know?
I've had thoughts like that too. That one weird me because I've had bad mushroom trips.
Yes.
Where I go like, oh no, I permanently fucked my brain.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's
because it can like psychedelics can get you out of depression, but they can also send you into psychosis.
Yeah.
It's like a scary balancing act.
Yeah, there was when I was in New York, I remember there was this homeless guy who lived on the street like right up the block from us, and every day I just see him like pacing up the street just talking to himself. And then one day I had a bad mushroom trip, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm that guy now."
Yeah, like you're transforming into that guy.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
I hate that. I hate like the feeling like I lost control of my mind.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not like we're out there doing mics and we're walking past those people all the time. I feel like I'm not like I'm like a missed paycheck away from being that guy.
It feels like it's so close.
Yeah, my roommate has a funny line. He's from Tennessee originally. But he has a thick accent, and he has like a funny line whenever homeless people ask us for money. He's like, "Brother, I'm about to be out here doing the same shit."
It's pretty fair. Dang, dude. Well, I'm excited to see you for your next season of your pod, and then you got shows this week.
Yes, I've got. What do I have? Coming up the 17th. Oh, I'm hosting Dress to Kill at Roscoe's the 14th.
I've never done that one, but
it's fun. You dress fancy?
Yeah, I like dressing fancy.
Yeah, I'm hosting that. I'm gonna be a fancy boy. I'm gonna look like a gay game show host.
Nice.
And then
when you dress fancy, do you like southern it up a bit?
No, should I? I can tie a bow tie. Is that southern or is that?
It? I don't know what I mean. I feel like southern fancy.
Maybe like a cowboy hat. But that's not really Alabama. That's more Texas.
Yeah, like a bolo tie is not Alabama, right?
Not really. I don't. I guess to answer your question, I don't Alabama it up. I'm gonna wear like I have a red velvet
red's
blazer over like black slacks.
Okay. Nice.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
And then the 17th, I'm gonna be at Bottom of the Barrel at
hell yeah.
mommy shit.
Big stuff. Fun
stuff.
stuff.
And then the end of this month I'm doing a roast battle.
Ooh, is it the Mothership?
Mm-hmm.
Who you roasting?
Her name is Alyssa Poteet.
Okay.
She's not from here. I think she might be LA or something.
Nice. I roast the shit out of her.
Yeah, I'm gonna show her my butt.
You don't even tell any joke.
Just, hey, look at this. What do you think about that?
What do you think about that? Woo! Crowd goes crazy. The judges are clapping. Dang, dude. Well, let's talk some bits, dude.
Okay.
If you want, I'll go first, and I'll set the stage.
Set the tone, baby.
Yeah, I have a new bit that I'm working on. I'm trying to figure it out. It's hard to get it to work, but have you ever heard somebody say that phrase like, "Oh, when you see her, give her my love."
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's weird.
It's weird, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Like, give her a kiss for me.
Hey, yeah, man, give her a hug for me. Give her some love for me. It's weird.
That is weird.
It's almost like, hey, man, you want me to fuck my wife on your behalf?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. Like,
I'll
hey,
do it.
when you're like when you're fucking her, think of my voice and face.
Yeah. Fuck her the way I would do it.
That's weird. Have you've been told that like about your wife? Like,
Yeah, like someone's something in passing, like, hey, give her my love. I'm like, what?
Ugh, I don't want to. And then I gotta hold on to your love until
it. And then I gotta have sex with my wife. And then she's
with
like, wow.
your love. Like, what's that in your hand? Brent's love.
Yeah. Like I have sex with her and she's like, that's amazing. And I'd be like, that's from Brett.
I like that a lot. That's not working.
It has its moments, and there's times where people are like, man,
It's just not there yet.
yeah. I don't know. Have you ever said anything like that to somebody?
Give her my no.
What about like the mild version of that is like, hey, tell them I said hello.
Yeah, I have done that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But that's also
Is that weird? Do you think that makes people uncomfortable? I'm like, yeah, tell your wife I said hello.
It's just a little. It's almost like I just don't get it. You know what I mean? Like if you go up to somebody, like if I go home and I'm like, well, Brent said hello. He's gonna be like, well, okay,
all right. Yeah, tell him I said hey. Call him right now and tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always weird. Like, yeah, my mom always, my parents are always like, yeah, if you talk to Brittany, tell her we love her. It's like, I'm not gonna do that. Like,
Yeah.
hey, Britt, my sister, Brittany, was like, hey, Brittany, mom said she loves you. Like, she knows.
Yeah. Do you guys have like a Southern saying that you guys say in your family? Like any really?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, a bunch. There's like, my favorite one is anytime I lose something and then I find it close by, it's like, oh, hell, if it was a snake, it'd have bit me. You ever heard that?
No.
If it was a snake, it would have bit me?
If it was a snake, it would bit me.
Yeah, that's like a big one. Like, yeah, it's always the last place you look. Like, no shit, dumbass. Why would you keep looking? Yeah, I have like, bits about that. My dad would say like I'd be helping him with something. He'd be working on something. I'd be giving him advice, and he'd be like, "Brent, I'm the one fucking this pig. You're the one holding it down."
Yeah.
He used to say shit like that. There's a bunch of them. Slicker than, like that's slicker than owl shit. Slicker than cum on a gold tooth.
Why do you think that's such a Southern thing?
Those like, there's a lot of, I don't know. I guess it's just cultural. It's almost like doing stand up. It's like they have these like locked and loaded phrases or even things that they live by.
Yeah.
Like I dated a girl in Alabama one time and we'd get into fights and because I would make a joke and she'd be like, well, there's a little bit of truth inside every joke. I was like, who the fuck told you that?
Yeah.
Like maybe there's like a booger of truth, but it's like
Yeah.
the intention was to be funny and
Right.
to say something like maybe shocking or like that you thought I wasn't gonna say.
Yeah.
But there's like a lot of like these what are they, colloquialisms
Right.
that people live by. And like I worked at a convenience store in Alabama and you'd have these old dudes come in, they would give a $100 bill. I'm like, oh, that one's fresh off the press. They all have like these. It's like, do you guys email and like have a list of these?
Yeah.
It's a lot of reusing material and stealing material.
Right.
You hear somebody say something and then you do it.
Yeah.
It crushes.
Like when I was in the Coast Guard on one of my boats, one of my supervisors was from Alabama.
Yeah.
And he had like the best sayings. He'd be like, oh, we walking, we taking our Chevrolets. And I'd be like, damn, this guy's good.
My buddy Jason was in the Navy, and he was like cleaning like a plane, like washing a plane. He's like, that looks like a bucket of smashed assholes or something. One of his superiors told him.
Yeah.
People say wild shit in the military, huh?
Yeah. Borderline racist, misogynistic. Pretty cool. Pretty fun.
That's fun.
It's fun because everybody at least everybody that I worked with was like on board with it.
Yeah.
There was Indian jokes flying around, black jokes.
Well, that
Asian
makes
jokes,
sense. Like I've done like military, like
shows.
like black rifle shows and stuff like that, and they're always like very good crowds.
Yeah, they're always on board with stuff. Southern terms, dude. Do you think like do gay Southern guys have terms? Do you think there's like a gay Southern colloquial?
There's
stuff?
there's a lot of like with those Southern gays. There's a lot of like, oh honey, bless your heart and stuff like that.
But I mean, like like kind of like the term you had with the snake. And
Yeah.
Shit, man, if that was a snake, what was it?
Oh, if it was a snake, it would have bit me. It's like where you lose your keys and then you find them like on your bedside table. Like, oh hell, I walked past that 3 times. If it was a snake, it would have bit me.
I wonder if there's any like gay homosexual.
Call in.
Call in if you have a Southern homosexual
There's got to be
colloquial term. I'm trying to think like what that would be.
It's funny. I like the idea of like me pretending not to be gay. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know any of these.
Man, if that was a snake, it would have sucked it already.
As a snake, it would have crawled up my ass.
There's got to be something like that.
There's got to be something. All right. You want me to do a bit?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
All right. So, this is so stupid. I can't get this to work. I have like an autistic nephew and trying to get him into superheroes. And I got to thinking, I was like, are there any autistic superheroes? And I was like looking up stuff. And I found one superhero that's been around a long time that is definitely autistic, and it's Batman.
Yeah.
I think that Batman is autistic. And I think this doesn't work because Batman's not real, and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? But he's like highly organized. You know, he's got all his toys on his belt. Like he's obsessed with animals. And the kicker, this is the funniest thing that I looked up. One of the symptoms or whatever, not symptoms, one of the traits of autistic people is they have an innate sense of justice.
Really?
Yeah, and that tickles me so much. It's not getting anything on stage, but it cracks me up. It's like,
that's true?
yeah.
So there's not.
Yeah, like they don't like bullshit.
Yeah.
Like they're very like right. This is right and this is wrong.
So there's no like autistic bank robbers and.
Oh, that's fun.
You know what I mean?
Right, because like morally, yeah.
Or like a guy's carjacking.
Yeah.
Autistic.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Is it? I feel like there's something there. I like the idea that there's no autistic bank robber.
Yeah. Yeah, you never really see like an autistic guy go into like a rampage or fuck somebody up or even like blow up on somebody.
But I mean, who's to know if somebody gets arrested? You would never know that if they're autistic or not. They don't. I don't know, right?
I don't know.
There should be more autistic. If that's true, there should be more autistic cops.
Ooh, yeah, they're very by the book.
Yeah.
There's no way that that's the only thing that you'd never get out of a ticket. Come on, man. You're like, hey, man, my wife, I gotta get to the hospital. My wife's pregnant. He's like, sorry, but
you were speeding. So,
yeah.
Maybe it's because it's like, I don't know. I have another bit that I've been doing where it was like a trans bit, but I took out the word trans, and it's been doing a lot better. I feel like sometimes when I bring up like autism or like the trans thing, especially in this accent, like people just like they tighten up and they think I have bad intentions.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. But also it may not be that funny. It's not like that just crushed with you. But I think Batman being autistic is silly and fun.
It is funny. I honestly think probably all superheroes are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a line. I was like, in terms of guys who wear capes, all of all of them are autistic.
I'm gonna dress like a spider. Yeah. They all have like one thing they're hyper
fixated on. Spiders, bats.
Yeah.
And like, you know, have you ever seen that show Atypical? That kid in that show loves fucking penguins. If he was a superhero, it'd be like Penguin Boy.
Yeah, I think all of Marvel is just autism. It's just a spectrum.
Yeah. It's all spectrum.
Have you noticed that there's like a trend of people who say they're autistic, but they're not?
Everybody said,
everybody says it now. They're like, I'm autistic.
Yeah, my ex, when she was breaking up with me, she was like, well, I'm not neurotypical. I was like, oh, this is what we're doing?
That's her reason to break up?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm autistic. It's not going to work out.
Yeah. She was basically saying she was like over, like, dating me was a lot. She was like, well, I'm autistic and it's a lot to deal with you. But she's not. I mean, she's not. It's all a spectrum.
Yeah, it's a spectrum. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of people that are just like, oh, sorry, I'm like neurodivergent. I think that I am. Do you think you are?
I don't know. I don't want to get into this thing where I find a label and...
Yeah, I don't do that, but I do think I'm like severely ADHD.
I'm sure I have something.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to...
Check you out. You ever done therapy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have PTSD?
I don't think I have PTSD. I have like OCD stuff. Just OCD and like depression stuff.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, kind of have a little.
I like therapy a lot.
Yeah, do you do a lot of therapy?
I used to. I had a therapist like in Alabama that I loved. He was like a little older than me. Like he's like 40. I'm 32. He's like 40 something. But he he was fucking great. I wouldn't have left Alabama if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
Because it was just like I felt stuck. I just didn't know what I was doing,
Mm-hmm. There's actually, I probably even shouldn't say this. There's in this building, there's a therapist next door.
I'm going to pop in.
And sometimes I hear full-on sessions.
Oh,
I never know.
real?
I never know who it is. I don't care.
Do you hear like people crying?
I heard this guy the other day. He was like, "That's my fucking mom, dude." I was like, Jesus Christ. He was like going off on his mom.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you think they hear you like they're like having a breakthrough and they just hear you talking about dicks and butts? Yeah, and autistic Batman.
Yeah. It probably sounds like therapy over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, we're talking about mental health and stuff.
So Batman, man. I like the idea of Batman being autistic.
I think it's fun. Maybe I'll come up with something.
There's more to it. There's like
I like the idea of like Batman beating the shit out of Alfred because he got all his stuff out of order.
There's like an autistic rage. Yeah, that's funny. I think that's a good bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think there's something. You just gotta play around with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of the bits like people say on this pod, they're all hilarious.
Yeah.
And there's just like a different...
You just got to figure out
different method.
how to say it, how to set it up.
Yeah.
You got another one?
Yeah, I have my wife has a gay friend.
Gross.
And clip it. That's the clip.
Yeah.
My wife has a gay friend. He's really cool. And but it is kind of weird because it is a grown man that just hangs out with my lady alone. But he's gay, so I'm like, all right, it's fine. But I have to make sure he's gay, because if he's not gay, I have to fight him.
Yeah.
So I'm just making sure he's gay. So I've been like watching him real closely. I like follow him on social media. I listen to his voice, how he says things, where he looks. And then I realize I'm studying this man. That's kind of gay.
Yeah.
I'm doing what gay guys do. They look at a guy and they go, man, I hope that guy's gay.
When you first said, I got to make sure he's gay, I thought of you fucking him. I got to make sure.
I thought about
Hey, don't worry, he is gay. For sure gay.
The things I do for my wife. I fuck men to protect my wife.
I had a thing with my ex where she was spending a lot of time with a guy who was straight, but they had been friends like 8 years before she and I had ever dated. But I had to like set a boundary and be like, this is making me uncomfortable. Because they like hung out at her place alone all day and like made dumplings and watched horror movies and shit.
Yeah.
That wasn't cool. But then there's like, it's like you don't want to be, as a man, it's like, well, I don't want to be a fucking like cuck, but I also want to be a nice, sweet boyfriend.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
And I want to be chill.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's weird having to like set boundaries.
It is weird. Because, I mean, I feel like those feelings are like, they're pretty valid.
Yeah.
But also.
Like, I'm not even a jealous type. And I feel like they were like testing my resolve.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Brent hasn't bitched so far. Let's see how far we can take this. Like, it's also like weird. Like hanging out for 12 hours and watching horror movies and making dumplings. Like, can you guys just fuck?
Yeah.
Like, just fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what were you guys doing for 12 hours? Just trying really hard not to fuck each other?
It's also, I mean, I don't know. In my head, the way I'm wired, I feel like if there was a lady and she had a boyfriend, and I was like, I don't think there's anything in my brain that'd been like, I'm going to ask her if she wants to hang out alone and go make dumplings.
Yeah. Well, could you imagine if, Are your parents together?
No, they're divorced.
Well, never mind. I was gonna just say, like, is your mom married?
No. My dad.
I was gonna say, could you imagine like your mom being together with your dad and then hanging out with some other guy for 12 hours?
It's a little
I guess
weird.
that's different. Marriage obviously is different than like a 5-month relationship, but
That would be strange.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who is this guy? Why were you guys? Wait, you were doing what?
It'd be funny to talk to him and be like, "Hey, man, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Is there anything I can do to make you feel more comfortable?" And you could be like, "Yeah, if you were gay, I'd be
Yeah.
gay.
Could you start fucking boys?
start fucking dudes and posting it online, make me feel better?"
It is. That's a interesting dynamic, too, because it's like it is fun. It's like, yeah, he's a gay guy, but then you see these girls like, you know, they'll be kissing their gay friend and stuff.
I don't
and
see
it's
that.
like,
Where have you seen that?
yeah, with your girlfriend, your wife. Sorry, kissing a gay guy.
Sorry, I didn't want to tell you.
But sometimes those relationships are very like personal and intimate,
Yeah, sure.
and it's like weird because you can't. You're like, oh well, he's gay, but it's like at some point, if something's making you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make you uncomfortable, right? You just think it's silly and fun.
I think it's silly because I kind of I've never needed a man to be gay before, but I need this guy to be gay.
I need this guy.
Like, I'm praying to God he's gay, dude. Like if I saw him suck another man off,
You're like,
it would bring me joy. Yeah, for real. Like,
Yeah.
if I saw him be gay, that would make me feel more secure,
yeah,
which is weird. I
That's
need
fun.
a gay guy.
I like that.
But it's a lot. It's a lot to say on stage. It's hard to sell.
I got kind of a racy one.
Ooh.
So this is like one, you know, I have a lot of stuff about my dad. I have a redneck dad. And one thing that I think is funny about him is that he loves black women.
Really?
Loves them to the point where it's weird that my mom is white. And he always like, he wants me to date a black woman. And I have.
Really?
But every woman I ever like, hey, I'm seeing this girl, and he'll be like, you know, he'll be like, what's her name? And I'll say some white lady name. He's like, oh. And then like the bit I'm trying is like him trying to figure out if the girl I'm seeing is black without outwardly asking.
Yeah.
So he's like, when you guys hang out, or you know, when you see her in public, is she like, hey, how are you? Or is she like, sugar? Like just go super crazy. Sugar. But then it like gets into like, you know, stereotypes and stuff, and that's where I kind of lose the crowd. Is like, you know, when you guys go to the swimming pool, does she get sunburned?
It'd be funny if your dad just tried to like take you places where you'd meet black ladies.
Yeah.
He's trying to think like, where would you even go? What's a good spot?
Yeah, for like
Let's get Jake Baker on the phone.
like just like a hair salon, like
a black barber.
yeah, black barber shop.
You need a haircut, son? Let's go over here.
Like, do you fellas need a haircut? It's like, no.
Your
No,
dad's
we're
trying to
just,
get you
just scoping it out.
Your dad's trying to get you to get cornrows. Like, what are you doing?
And my dad, it's funny, like, with American Idol, like my parents were big American Idol people, and my dad would always like root for the black woman. That was like his favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that? Has your dad ever been with a black lady, like in his past?
I don't know. My dad's not
It's
been with
funny
that.
if he's never been with one. He's like,
Yeah, it is like, I guess
lady.
that may be where I'm losing the crowd too, because it's like, maybe it's a little fetishy, but he just like loves, I mean, my dad is just like, I don't know. He's like a creepy old man. Like he's kind of like
creepy.
He's a not creepy. Fuck, my poor dad. But he's like, you know, he's like a perverted old man. He makes like funny jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because my mom is white, but he told me when they got together, he didn't think she was white because my mom is like, got a lot of Native American. She had like
really?
long, dark, like black hair and like dark, like kind of olivey skin.
Yeah.
And now she kind of looks like an Asian lady. I looked like an Asian old man when I was I looked like an Asian Benjamin Button when I was a baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. Have you done like a DNA test stuff? Like,
No, I never have. I never have. My dad doesn't really know. I need to. I would like to. My dad doesn't really know his side of the family. Like, or he does, but it's like it's weird. My dad didn't really know. Like, he didn't really have a relationship with his dad, and they were like a bunch of father figures. And I think Reed comes from someone who were not even like technically blood related to.
Yeah.
So it's like on that side, it's all messy, but at my mom's side, I think it's like Irish and then Native American.
Huh.
But I think when you go into like indigenous, I don't know if those like, I don't know, 23andMe, like what does that come up as? You know?
I think it's just Native American.
Native American.
I don't know, but it's interesting. That's funny. Like when you go home, does your dad just have like BET on?
Yeah, yeah. No, he watches, dude. For real, he'll watch like like black rom-coms and.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
For real?
Mm-hmm. My dad loves romantic comedies.
Dang.
Yeah.
So he's watching like Think Like a Man and all these Kevin
Yeah,
Hart movies.
he hates like we're actually like very different as far as movies. Like anything that I like, my dad's like, that's weird.
Really?
Yeah, like like horror movies. Super. He doesn't like. I don't like anything that don't die.
Okay.
Like he'll watch like we can like me and my mom's big into horror, and we'll like trick him into watching one like a thriller, and he can get through those, but he hates like anything alien or supernatural. He hates like he hates Will Ferrell.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, he's too silly. I'm like, get the fuck out! You're too silly.
That's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny. I think that's a funny bit, man. You gotta like, even just to say like, man, my dad wants me to date a black lady, but I have no idea.
Also, like, I tried to do it one time as like a misdirect. Like people assume my dad is, because I'm from Alabama, I tell them about my dad, they assume my dad is racist, and they're right, but not the way that you think. Like I try to like say he's like racist against white women, but I couldn't get that angle to work.
I think it's a hard sell because
my mom's white.
Kind of white, yeah.
Yeah, but I do get a laugh on the part where I'm like, my dad loves black women to the point where it's weird that my mom is white.
Yeah,
that gets like a pop.
Huh. Do you watch BET?
No, I don't watch a lot of. I mean, that's on cable, right?
I don't know. It'd be funny if you and your dad just bond over like BET stuff.
Yeah.
Man, did you watch? You call your dad? Did you see Empire? Did you see that latest episode of Empire?
He's like, hell yeah, I loved it.
That's funny.
I love Terrence Howard. Yeah.
Dang, that's funny.
Okay.
There's something there. There's something there.
But that's like, it's one of those that I'm kind of like scared to do. And it's like, and then also sometimes in Austin, it's like a room. Like last night I did a show and it was just a bunch of rich whites.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't do that. I didn't try it because I was just like, it's not going to work in here. Because they're going to be just looking around for black people in the room. It's like, that's racist.
You should just even talk about it. You should be like, I don't think it's a fetish. I think it's just like, he's a fan. Yeah,
be more honest about. Yeah, he's a huge fan.
He's a huge fan. That's funny.
I've never asked him what he thinks about Lizzo. But I bet he loves Lizzo.
Yeah, your dad just wearing Wakanda clothing everywhere.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, my dad.
Yeah. Hey, welcome home, son. What does your dad do for work?
He is a project manager for an insulation company. He works in construction.
Nice.
Yeah, I worked for him a little bit before I went off to like college in 2009 or 2010.
Does he like your comedy?
No, not really.
Man, that's weird.
He just doesn't get it. Like, he doesn't get a lot of stuff. He thinks I'm funny. I mean, I've seen him, and like, here's where he realized, like, so I did this show at Shenanigans Comedy Theater. It's like a black box theater in Huntsville. And he brought his boss and his boss's wife. And they're also friends. His name is Scott. And I did really well. And my dad afterwards was like, yeah, Scott said you was the best one on the show. He's probably just being nice, though. I was like, get the fuck out. You couldn't just...
Leave it.
Just leave it.
Dang.
Yeah, and then I told him like
it'd be funny if your dad was like, but that guy Darnell, hilarious.
And I told him I was like a paid regular or whatever at the Mothership or whatever, like Joe Rogan's club, and he was like, the Fear Factor guy. Like, he just doesn't.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of getting it. He gets that I'm taking it seriously and that this is like what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, he doesn't really. get it. My mom thinks I'm hilarious.
That's good.
She's a good laugher. She would love you. Like, she's just like, she doesn't, my dad talks too much. My mom doesn't talk at all.
Just laughs.
Yeah, she's just
perfect.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's a sweet
Nice,
lady.
dude. That's cool. I have a bit about, I don't do this bit anymore. I don't know if I even really like it. I was kind of doing it for a bit. It's kind of a true story. My mom dated a black guy for a little bit after my parents got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole bit is like he would come over and he would give me haircuts and stuff. But he just gave me like black haircuts, so he would just line me up like a black guy.
Yeah, that's
so I just,
so funny.
But I'm Indian. I have like dark skin, but I'm clearly not black. So I would just go to school looking like a black guy from China or something. I look defective. But then sometimes he would drop me off at school in the morning. And like I would get out of his car, people would see him and they'd be like, "Whoa, is your dad black?" I'd be like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Told you I could say it.
I feel like there's a lot there about like having a black dad.
Yeah.
Like how much different would you be with a black? My buddy Bryce Fletcher in Alabama had this like quick line. He was like, "I wish I had a black dad. Like he's my dad, but I call him Coach." And I loved that.
That's funny. I don't know. What would you think your life would be significantly different with a black dad?
I think so. Maybe I'd be cooler.
Yeah, there's something about being cooler.
Yeah. yeah. This is scary.
Is it? I don't know. I feel like
your haircut was cool. I bet your hair was cool.
my hair was cool. It just didn't fit everything else about me. I had like a black haircut, and then I would wear like a shitty Vans t-shirt.
Oh yeah, you would. If your dad like bought you clothes, if your black dad bought you,
Ooh, I'm wearing Timberlands.
you're mashing all the time.
Yeah. It's funny, like in Indian culture, like if you're like Indian American, I feel like you either go into like white culture or black culture as an Indian American.
Yeah,
Because you see like I feel like I went into like
some of those dudes dress cool as fuck.
yeah. I feel like I went into like classic rock and wearing skateboard clothing and shit like that. But I have
Yeah.
Indian friends who are like all hip hop and into black culture and all this stuff.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I feel like yeah, because I've never met like an anime Indian guy.
Right. It's always like one of those two.
Yeah.
It's never.
Like white guys, you'll meet like an anime white guy. You'll meet like
Then you got anime black guys.
anime black guys. There's like there's a lot of fusion going on. But for Indians, I feel like it's white or black.
The anime. Were you in town? Did you see when DreamCon was in town? It's like a whole black anime convention.
It's black anime?
Yeah, I think all the voice actors and stuff that they have that do the panels and things, they're all black, and like, most of the people that go are black dudes. And so it was like a month ago or 2 months, and you see these like dudes dressed as like Naruto and stuff walking down the street, and I saw them walk past the black Israelites that hang out on 6th, and they're all dressed like Wesley Snipes from Blade.
Yeah.
And then these guys dressed as Naruto walk by, and I shit you not, this black Israelite guy was like, "Y'all look ridiculous."
That's so funny.
Isn't that funny? Like,
That is
y'all are,
so-
yeah.
He said that?
Yeah.
Dang.
He was like, "Man, y'all are an embarrassment."
Man, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, and he's like wearing a headband and body armor.
I always walk by them and I kind of just want to post up with them. Just to
I
see
feel
how
like you'd be fine.
I feel like the energy
Their message is that, like, that black people, Mexican people, and like Native American people are the original Jews, or something.
I don't know.
Or they're God's chosen people, and that everybody like they should be up. And then white people, so they're basically just dressing like Wesley Snipes from Blade and telling white people they suck as they walk by. It's pretty fun.
They're just like good energy when I'm there.
Yeah,
It's just like it's just like kind of like intimidating, kind of strong. I just want to post up. I just want to dress like them, and I just want to just post up there.
yeah. Because all those guys that stand around there, do you think they were all invited, or did they just have some sunglasses and a headband?
I don't know. It's funny
Like,
to coordinate that.
yeah.
They just check each other's clothing before they go out.
Yeah, they LARP.
LARP, yeah. You ever LARPed?
I play Dungeons and Dragons. I've never LARPed.
I used to play World of Warcraft. It's kind of...
That's not the same.
All right.
It's a video game. No, it is the same. It is similar. Dungeons and Dragons is similar because it's like playing World of Warcraft without the TV screen. So you're not limited by what the video game can do.
What is the appeal?
It's collective storytelling. So it's like me and you drinking beer, making up a fun story together with some like fantasy themes and rules and stuff.
So
and then there's like math to see if like things succeed. So like, you know, you're walking through a forest and you hear something in the woods. You hear like a low growling.
Yeah.
What do you do?
You just make it up like that?
Yeah, what do you do?
Oh.
You've got a bow and arrow, you've got a sword on your hilt.
I'll pull my sword out.
Yeah? And then are you going to walk towards the noise or are you just going to wait for it to...
Yeah, I'll walk towards the noise.
Okay. Then you would make like a investigation check to see if you find anything in the woods, or a perception check, and then I would have you roll die, like, and say you roll like a 18, and like, oh, your perception's pretty good. You peek through the bushes and there's like I think I saw somebody do this recently, but you see an owl bear. It's like it looks like a bear, but it's got feathers. And
who decides what it is?
The dungeon master. So there's
okay.
So it'd be one dungeon master, and then there's books and stuff with like the stats and things, kind of like a video game. Everything has like attacks and stuff, and so there's like one main storyteller, and then you're controlling your character, and you decide what your character does. I play with like Lemaire Lee and Scott Fillmore and John Heft.
Yeah.
And Kyle Post. It's super fucking fun. It's like, so Scott's our dungeon master, so he puts us in a scenario, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want. But usually it's like themes of like, you're the heroes, you're an adventuring party, kind of like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
All these people came together, to accomplish a goal or to like make money.
How long do you play for?
It depends. So like, we try to play, like, when we do play, it's like we'll play for 4 hours.
Dang.
And then the next week or the next month, whenever you play again, you just pick up right where you left off. So it's like one continuous.
So it just keeps going.
Yeah, so it's like one continuous. It's like loading your save on World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's like, it's different than, like, you can really get in. Because some people, there's like role play servers for World of Warcraft.
Right.
Where they like pretend to be there. Like if you're a paladin, you're a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You ever play WoW?
I played a little. I've never had like a good enough PC.
Oh yeah.
I played a little bit. Were you super into it?
Yeah, I would like stay up late. I got so into it, I was like paying people to play my character when I went to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you would get into Dungeons and Dragons?
I don't know. I feel like if it's with the right people. What do you guys have, like drinks?
100%.
Like,
yeah. Drinking and having. That's what it has to be. The right people. It's the most fun when it's like you and your buddies. I've gone to because I love it. Yeah. So like I've been in like situations where it's like, oh, my group, we're not really like, because it's hard to coordinate like 4 to 5 adult schedules too.
Yeah.
Especially when you're comics. And so you go like a month or two without playing. I'm like, I'm going to go to the game shop and like just play with a group. And that shit sucks.
Yeah.
Like playing with dudes that you don't like.
Sure.
It's not fun. It's fun when you like, when the rules are secondary and you're just trying to tell a fun, because you'll get into, because it is funny. You'll laugh the hardest you've ever laughed. But then it's like, then like you're saving this, like, these kids from this burning building, or you're a hero, and it's fun to like role play, but you can also be evil.
Yeah.
I've played like an evil character before, and that was fun.
You turn on your friends and stuff?
It's discouraged. It's like you'll ruin the game.
Yeah.
It's hard to like play a evil character and not just like burn the whole game to the ground.
Yeah.
But I did it in a way where like my character was he was like a bad guy, but then he had a daughter. Mm-hmm. And then so now he's kind of doing right by her, but he's still bad. Like but I played it like in a way where he was the person in the party. It's like, well, you guys want me to just kill that guy? Yeah. I'll get my hands dirty. If you guys don't want to be involved, I'll just murder that guy.
Yeah. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like a neat, it's creative. It's, I think it's good. And then there is math, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, I like imagining you playing Dungeons and Dragons, and your dad's like, "Man, you should play a game like Dice."
Yeah. But Paul, there is dice. Yeah, they have been cool. My parents have been like really like, you know, they didn't give a shit about the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I had an eyebrow ring when I was 17.
Whoa.
My dad, I don't think he was a huge fan, but he never said shit. They let me
That's
listen to
cool.
the music I wanted. They didn't. I was
That's
like,
nice.
yeah, I was listening to like D12 World at one point when I was like 12. I was like,
Yeah, my parents are pretty supportive too with whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, it's nice.
it was nice.
It was nice. All right, man, where are we at? Let's knock out. You got one more bit?
I got one more bit.
Hell yeah, let's hear it.
It's about furries.
Okay.
Like I don't hate them. I
Yeah.
don't hate a furry. I've been to like comic book conventions. I don't mind, you know, get it, whatever, do your thing. But what I hate is like the people that wear like just the ears and like a tail.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like, stop being a pussy and put on the mascot suit. Like, what are we doing?
So do you like furries?
I guess I'm indifferent.
You're like, all right.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do it, just go full.
Yeah, go full. Yeah, like why are you? Let's see. Yeah, and another like, I wonder if like real furries get mad at like if they like, you know,
Yeah.
like if they discriminate,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, this fucking pussy with his tail. is-"
Pussy, he's not ready to commit to their life.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
Either you got 1 foot in, you got 1 foot out,
Yeah.
pal.
Are you a blue dragon or not? You know, pick.
I've seen furries at the airport. That's weird.
You have?
Yeah.
See, I feel like that's weird. I used to go to Dragon Con in Atlanta. It was like a comic book festival or like a pop culture convention. Just like Comic Con. It was just in Atlanta. It was like Nerd Mardi Gras. So at night,
Yeah.
it was like wild. But they had these like furry meetups. And like we went to one time.
Yeah.
And it is just very interesting and strange. It's like just a bunch of like, you know, there's like, and they're all something different. And it's who they feel on the inside.
Yeah.
But I feel like a convention or like gatherings, like that's cool. Doing it in the airport is wild. But also, it's like if you're traveling and you need your costume, how else are you gonna?
It's probably cheaper to just wear it.
Probably cheaper to wear
In
it.
the packet.
Yeah, and then you just could you imagine? Were you like? It would be so funny to be stuck next to that person on the plane.
Yeah.
You think they put their head in the overhead compartment?
I don't know. I feel like you have to wear it.
Yeah, I do think maybe it is like, you know what, with like the tails and I bet those costumes are expensive.
Yeah.
And
You don't wanna
so
damage
there's
them.
probably like some poor kids out there that like, well, on the inside I'm a blue wolf, but I can't afford a blue wolf costume right now, so I'll just wear a tail and
Just
ears.
half it.
Yeah, I'll get there. Or you could like buy pieces over time.
Slowly build it up.
Yeah, and slowly build.
Do you think they'll ever be fully integrated with the rest of society?
Like they're gonna add a F
Kind of like,
gonna add an F
to the letters.
to the letters.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, I think that I think, you know, shit's just going to keep changing and things are just going to keep getting more and more accepted. And I think that people, especially where I'm from, are very resistant of that, you know,
Yeah.
about shit getting, you know, weird.
Like, do you ever think there's gonna be like kids who are like, Dad, I'm
I'm a furry.
a blue fox, man.
I'm blue fox. Probably. I think so. And it is like, there is something like, there's something nerdy to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're like creating a persona and you're like that. Like, it usually starts off with like artwork.
Right.
I think from what I understand, it's like you draw who you are on the inside, and that's, you know, orange otter. Or whatever. Then they have scalies too. Like you can be a reptile, but that's not. They don't have fur, so you're a scaly.
Interesting. And people just feel like that's what they are.
Mm-hmm. That's that's who they are on the inside. So the mascot suit is a representation of that. And it's not always, and we haven't even talked about fucking the whole day. I don't think it's always sexual.
Oh yeah.
Like that meetup that we went to, I mean, it might have got weird, but and I'm sure there's like probably a hotel room somewhere at Dragon Con. It's full of those motherfuckers. Like,
Everyone's
I think it is
sweaty in
sexual
their
for
sleep.
some people, but it's not always. You know,
What's funny? It's funny to be like, yeah, I'm a blue wolf. But then if you like, it's just funny to like identify as a wolf.
yeah.
and then just dress in the most silliest way. But then have you ever been on like that page on Instagram called Nature is Metal?
Yeah.
And you just see like a wolf ripping apart like an innocent like lamb or something.
Yeah.
You're like, no, you're not that wolf.
Yeah, you're not an actual wolf. You're like an anime version of this
Yeah.
silly anime version of a wolf. You're not like an actual wolf.
If you had to be a furry, what would you?
Well, I would be purple.
Okay.
Purple's my favorite color.
I think your dad would be on board with that. He's like, now we're talking, Brent.
Hell yeah. I think I'd be purple. Maybe I'd be a scaly, like a dinosaur, like a purple dinosaur. Oh, that's Barney.
Fuck, I'm Barney.
God damn it. All the furries make fun of me. They're like, you're fucking Barney, brother.
That's funny.
What would you be? Oh, what about like a purple bat?
You'd be a bat? Interesting. That'd be a tough costume to pull off.
Yeah, that would be an expensive one.
You can't even like pick up drinks. You're just like, can somebody feed me?
Well, I was thinking like it would just be my arms, but with like dangly wings, so I could spread them.
Yeah.
I'm going for function.
Okay.
What would you be?
Man, if I had to be a furry dude, I'd probably be like some sort of rodent.
I like that.
Like a mouse.
What color would you be?
Probably be like a green mouse.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. I've never seen a mouse furry.
Me neither. They're always like a lion or like a wolf.
Mm-hmm. A lot of wolf.
Or like a fictional, like I've seen dragons and like a unicorn.
Minotaur.
Minotaur
Minotaur would be tight.
Yeah, I wonder if a lot of them are like, they're not just regular animals. They're like a made up, like just a monster.
It would suck if you felt like deep down you were a centaur and you just have to wear that. You have to wear like a fake
But or if like me and you were a furry together.
Oh, yeah.
And you were my backhand. You're just my ass.
I'm just your ass. I'm just in the suit holding your hips.
Yeah. Like we are Fang.
Yeah. Minotaur. It would be kind of cool to see like minotaurs out about town.
Yeah. That would be cool. It would be cool to see a minotaur, like a centaur. Minotaur is like...
Oh, centaur, yes.
A minotaur is like a man, just body, but with like a bull head.
Bull head, yeah. And then a centaur.
Centaur
half
is...
man, half horse, right?
Right.
Yeah. Centaurs. I think it'd be fun to be a centaur for about a week.
Yeah. Stairs, like getting anywhere would suck. You'd be so heavy.
Be so heavy.
You couldn't do elevators if you were a centaur.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that for a week. I just wouldn't go anywhere. I need to go upstairs.
It would be fun to like go to your spots and be like park under the bridge and just haul ass down.
I have a spot at both.
Would you run like this and like your little horse body is just like
your arms are still moving? Yeah. I'd give people rides on 6th Street.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
Get on, man.
Like Anthony, you need a ride? I'm going to Sunset. You just you hop on my butt.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody in like a movie or anything ride a centaur.
I think it would be demeaning for them. I think as a centaur, like get the fuck off of me. What are you doing? That's disrespectful as hell.
Be an interesting way to pick up ladies.
Hop on.
Let's go for a ride.
Oh man, you have the bottom half of a horse.
Pretty good.
You'd hurt a lady.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be cool if those cops on 6th Street were all centaurs.
All centaurs? Dude, I love that's something you could put in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Like have all the like the town guard be centaurs.
Really?
Yeah, that's something you could do. It's like silly and fun.
Centaur.
I want you to play D&D now.
I'll come out sometime.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
I think we are gonna do it in a way where we have like guests come in and stuff.
Nice. Let me know.
Okay.
I'm down.
Hell yeah. And you can like make fun of it and it's silly and fun.
I probably will.
Yeah. Like John Heft is so funny to play with.
Does he talk shit?
Yeah, he's got his character's name is Brewster Strong. And he's just like really good at he's a fighter. So he's really good at fighting, but he's dumb and he's like sheltered but really good at fighting.
When you pick your character, decide your character, do you start at like a base level and then you build it up into certain
You start at level 1, but we started at level 5 because at like at level 3 and 5 you start to really like get to pick options and really like unlock cool abilities and like figure out who your character is, like level 1, and then like like level 1, if somebody flicks a booger at you, you're gonna die. So
Okay.
level 5, you start to get more hit points. You start to unlock abilities like,
Yeah.
you know, at level 5 you get this, and this, and then at level 10 you get this.
And are you keeping track of that?
Yeah, you have a character sheet, and then there's like apps for that. There's like
So if you go play with other people, are you like taking your character?
No, I think. Well, I mean, I guess you could. You could ask, but hey, can I just play my character from my other campaign or whatever? But and then there are like the official league or whatever. I don't know much about it, but like they have like a reoccurring character they'll bring. But if I play with like a different group of people, because that's part of the fun for me is like making a new. I get to play someone different.
Yeah.
Like try something different, and I always go for like you know, there's like ways to like build like the ultimate killing machine character. That's not fun for me. I like making like an interesting character and like telling a fun story.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is it?
No, but it's a nice thing to say.
I don't think cool's the word for it, but
I don't know, man. I think everything's cool.
Yeah.
Everything has its up.
Furries are cool.
Furries are cool. Be a furry.
We should go now. We should find like a furry meetup or something.
If we go, I would want to go full on costume.
It would be funny to just show up in like a high school mascot costume.
Yeah.
We were the East Lawrence Eagles. If I could get a hold of that eagle costume and go to a furry convention.
That's good. We should do it. I'm down. Even just to film it and see how it goes.
Yeah, and like not to make fun of them, just to like
observe.
Yeah. Yeah, but it would be inherently funny. Just me and you, just
just costume mascot.
And then how do you? Is there like a? How would you? If I'm in a furry costume and I'm talking to a furry lady, there's like, I have to talk through my costume and she has to hear me through hers. Like, are you like standing like super close together?
Yeah, I don't know how loud you gotta be.
Or is it just a lot of like gestures?
I've never seen a furry talk. I see them do that thing where they're just like I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Like lick their paw. Yeah. I don't know.
They'd have to get real close.
I don't know if they emote. Or I think they just emote. They don't talk.
Interesting.
We could have walkie-talkies in there.
Oh, that would be fun.
Bro, I'm getting slurped off by a dragon.
It would be funny if I like forgot who you were too. Like, hey Anthony, let's get the fuck out of here. This place is weird. Some dude's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go to one.
I would love that.
Hell yeah.
That'd be fun.
And then we'll pod about it.
Yes.
We'll do it as our character.
Yeah. Yes. I love that.
Dang, dude. Well, thanks for doing the pod, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Having you.
It was super fun.
Promote.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. It's whatever. We just hang out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Promote whatever you want. You got your pod. You got shows.
Listen to Spooky Fun Time. 10 episodes out on YouTube.
Check it out.
Fiona Cawley, Lemaire Lee, Brian Simpson, some other really good guests. And I'll be at the Comedy Mothership on the 17th for Brian Simpson's Bottom of the Barrel.
Nice. Okay, what's your social?
Oh, it's at Brent Reed Comedy on Instagram.
Hell yeah, and if you see him around town, man, and you're a black lady, say hello.
Yeah, say hey, feller.
Thanks, dude. It was a lot of fun.
Buddy. Love you, bye.
Bye.